Just finished our latest war, and we're actually on a 16 match win streak right now. We're beating everyone pretty good. We've been doing really well since the update. I wanted to highlight a few attacks. Some are with the new strategies, and some are going to be strategies that are from the old meta. I wanted to show Monkey's attack because he does hybrid most of the time, and he's really good at it. He starts off at 3 o'clock with his queen. He funnels her into the multi-inferno target compartment. Basically, he's going to try to get the queen, and then he's going to break her into that scatter shot section so he can get both scatters, the queen, the multi, and I think he wanted the eagle. He doesn't get it, but it doesn't matter because he really only needs to get the 2 scatters in the inferno and the queen. He freezes the queen to save his queen ability, and he notices that he can start the hybrid early because both scatters are being tanked by the queen, and I think he doesn't want his queen to walk towards 6 o'clock. So he starts it early to push her to the core. He had to use ability because there's so much damage on her. She had the enemy king, both scatters. Now she's got 2 expos on her. And if he gets the scatter down, he doesn't really need to get much else with the queen. She's pretty much got everything that she needs for the hybrid. And right now there's just too much damage on her, so she's not going to stay alive. But he has all his miners and hogs left. He's got the RC. The king is wrapping around the outside, cleaning all the trash, and pretty much the only thing left is the multi-target inferno, which is about to go down, and the scatter shot, which is going to stay up the eagle, which is going to stay up till the end, basically. But he has so many troops left that it's not going to matter. And he still has his RC hanging on by a thread, which he boosted her perfectly before the eagle wrecked her. And now it's just cleanup at this point because the eagle's going down with the handful of hogs he has left. So this was a nice attack to show that you can still use some of the strategies from the previous meta and still be successful with it. So this was a really nice attack by Monkey. Good job. So we'll fast forward to the cleanup. The next attack I wanted to show was by Manny. He came in with the Blizzard Bomb, whatever you want to call it, and dragons. So on this one, he's going to send a couple test loons and take out the mortar, and he angles his blimp perfectly to get it into the expo compartment, and he pops his blimp right before the sweeper pushed it out of the compartment he wanted to get it into. He ends up getting the town hall down and chained through the super minions, and he ends up getting the scatter and this sweeper. He's using another test loon and a baby dragon to get that gold storage to make sure his dragons don't veer off towards 6. He's using the king and the queen on the trash at 10 o'clock. He's sending his warden loons and dragons to fly clockwise around the base starting at 9. So he's got really good pathing right now to keep them all together until they'll end up splitting, but for the initial push they're all staying together. He's freezing the single and the RC, and now he's freezing the scatter, and he's going to have a perfect warden ability through all the red air bombs and seeking air mines and eagle shots. So it doesn't matter if his troops split right now because he's got really nothing left except for an air defense and a single target inferno, and he still has his royal champion ability, which he sent her up at 12 to get the air defense, and she's going to wrap clockwise just like the dragons are. I think he has 6 dragons left, 6 or 7. He still has all his heroes up, and queen ability. So at this point, there's nothing left that's going to be able to hurt 5 or 6 dragons plus all his heroes. So this was a really nice attack, and I wanted to show this one just because it was dragons for one. We don't use a lot of dragons in our clan, and just to show you don't like you can just create pathing for your troops with the blimp. And he did get the town hall, but I don't think it would have mattered if he didn't get the town hall with his blimp because he had so many troops left at the end. He could have waited till the end, but that was a really nice attack. I also wanted to show my attack on number 12. This attack didn't go to plan. I'm gonna pause it and explain what my original thought process was on this. So I wanted to put my invisibility spell over that air defense and then send a loon and a hound to go to this air defense because I could tank the scatter, the single inferno, the queen, and then that air defense. I wanted my blimp to get right on top of that expo so I could get all of these defenses down, the CC, and possibly the queen when she jumped over to get the barbarians in my blimp. And I thought I might be able to get the eagle through the chains too, but you'll see that it doesn't work out. I thought the tornado trap would be in this compartment with the single, or this compartment with that single, just protecting the heroes from a Yeti bomb. I picked the wrong section to start in, so I'm gonna hit play here and show you how I adjusted. The only reason I'm showing this attack, because it wasn't a clean hit, was how I adjusted, because I did not want to suey my heroes for the town hall. So you see I dropped the invisibility spell so that the lava hound doesn't fly to that one. Even when it becomes visible again, it'll still go to the first air defense that it targets. So you see my blimp gets caught in a tornado trap, which is not good. So I had to think on the fly here. I debated on this last invisibility spell right here. The only reason I dropped that one, it wasn't because of the gold storage. It was because I wanted one of the wizards to go to the queen. Typically, I wouldn't recommend wasting an invisibility spell on just one single gold storage, but I wanted that queen down. And then I use a baby dragon at 3 to funnel my king and my queen into the town hall. And I seen the Teslas popping up, so I wanted to drop the RC there so everything stayed, or my king and my queen stayed together inside that compartment. So I pop the RC, I take out a couple defenses, and my king goes back to the town hall. And I debated on the freeze here that you'll see in a second. The only reason I did that is to give my king more time and my queen before I had to pop her ability, and I wanted that sweeper down. And I was hoping to get I was hoping my queen would go for the RC, but she doesn't. And I wanted the other sweeper down too, so I wanted to save my hero abilities for a little longer, or my queen's ability. So at this point, I want to protect my queen to keep her moving around counterclockwise to get the trash. So I started my Lalo a little earlier than I normally would, and I'm freezing all the stuff that's shooting at the pack of loons with the warden, because I have more loons over closer to 9 o'clock. So I wanted to protect the one pack going towards the which would be the main threat for the rest of the loons, which was the Wiz Tower, the Expo. So I have a decent amount of balloons left, and it's really just cleanup at this point. So we'll fast forward through that one. But I only wanted to show this strictly for the adjustment that I had to make on the fly. So you can still triple a base without everything going to plan. Sometimes when something little goes wrong, it ruins a whole attack. So you got to try to be quick on your feet, or with your hands, I guess. I think there was one more I wanted to show that was pretty cool. Let's see. I think it was one of Slay's. He uses let's show this one. He comes in with, he's been using the Yeti Bat with the log launcher, and he's been killing it with this strategy. So he's starting with the Warden Walk at like 10-ish. He has to use a early freeze so that way he doesn't have to waste his Warden ability. And the Warden Walk, with this attack, you can spend a little more time with your Warden Walk. because the bats clean up the base pretty well, except for storages. So he's putting his king on the RC to create pathing, and he drops his Yetis, drops the log launcher, full sends the bowlers. Early warden to protect all his troops before they split. The funnel wasn't the best because he has some troops that walk, so I think that's why he sent his RC in and the bats early, to try to keep everything from walking and try to push them back towards the log launcher. But he's got a bunch of troops in the core. Like, most of the Yetis are in the core right now, and he brings 4 freezes, so he's got a little leeway with what he can freeze. And he's using the super archers, which they seem to shoot like 50 tiles. Some of these attacks with these bow bats with the log launcher, I don't get how they 3, but they seem to be 3ing pretty consistently, because it seems like everything died and he was only at like 60% and the town hall was still up. But he's got those super archers that are shooting from way back there, and he's got 3 heroes up, and it's pretty much just a little Tesla farm and cleanup at this point. But I don't think that was his plan to send the RC that early. I think he realized that his bowlers were going to walk on him a little bit, so I think that's why he sent the RC in at 9 o'clock to try to push them towards the core. But you can see how strong this strategy is. Even when it doesn't go exactly to plan, those archers can help clean up everything because they can shoot through like 3 buildings. So that was a nice attack by Slay. Oh, this was another one I wanted to show. I was watching this live and I couldn't believe this triple. This is a slightly different version of the Yeti. I wouldn't call it I guess there's no bowler, so it's not a Yeti bow bat, but Yeti super archer bat. So he's starting off with the warden walk at 6 o'clock. And I think he wants to get that multi-target Inferno down. He's sending the king at 3 with a handful of wizards to push his king towards 6. And then his king's gonna get targeted by the RC. And he's got the wizards that are actually helping out. They're the ones who kill the RC, and now the king can keep going towards 6. And the warden walk with those storages, it takes a long time, but like I said with the bats, you can spend a little more time before you full send your army. So he sends the log launcher and the rest of his Yetis and super archers, basically full sends everything right behind the log launcher. The archers split a little bit, but that's all right, because they're not getting targeted by anything. And he wardens early to protect all his Yetis and the log launcher to make sure it gets to break open the town hall walls. And you can see that this log launcher shoots like 20 tiles, and he took out a scatter shot before it even targeted his troops, and it opened up the town hall compartment. So now all his Yetis can just rush the town hall. And then he's sending his RC to get that multi-target Inferno, and he's dropping the bats right on top of a whiz tower. And he's gonna freeze the whiz tower and the queen together. And he doesn't have any more splash damage because the RC is tanking the other whiz tower that's left. And I was watching this and I couldn't believe it tripled at the start. It's amazing how strong this strategy can be. And Nick and Slay are really good with the super archers and bats. So right now, I mean, he just has nothing left but clean up. So this was a nice attack by Nick. We don't see too many people using the super archers. Nick and K Slay use them really well. So good job to you guys. And it was a good war overall. We're on like I said earlier, we're on a 16-game win streak, and we're beating. It's not like we're beating Crystal teams. We're beating a Champs 1 team, a bunch of Champs 2 and 3 teams. This team was Master League 1, but they were actually pretty good. But you can see we had 6 more triples than them, and that's what wins wars is the triples. So hopefully you guys like this video, and I'm going to try to do more. I've been really busy at work, so I haven't really had time to make a video. So I'm going to try to do more recaps on our wars and CWL if we have some unique attacks. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.